Now, from international developments, let's shift our focus to the national capital, in particular, the ongoing saga as far as the deteriorating AQI is concerned. Well, a dense layer of smog continues to cover the capital, bringing much of the city's daily life under a haze. Air quality remains dire, with the average AQI at 347, placing the air in very poor category. Now, let's also tell you, with the fact that looking at the condition, there is a rise in health issues as well. But on the other hand, the Delhi government has implemented several measures to combat air pollution in the national capital. That is with the likes of drones and smog guns. But my colleague Kritika Tiwari, who once again joins me live this morning, in fact has been doing a fabulous job as far as keeping us ahead with not just the inputs in terms of what the AQI is looking like, but several other angles that really contribute to this situation. Kritika, very good morning to you. In better circumstances, this would have perhaps been a good morning for anybody living in Delhi NCR region, but the fact that you're masked up yet again means that there's no let up in that air quality. But more importantly, in the past couple of days, we have looked at these numbers rise and decline. Why would that be? Do we see a better situation happening anytime soon?
Yes, remember a couple of days ago, we were closer to the 380, 390 mark. Nearly half of the stations in the national capital were recording an AQI in the severe category. And the other 10 stations were also hovering above the 390 mark. Today, we are seeing that again for the second day in a row. The numbers are well below 350. Currently, the average AQI is at 347. And only 2 stations are around 400 and above 400, being Jahangirpuri, which is the most polluted at the moment, and Bhavana at 400. So what we are seeing with the ups and downs in the numbers is that sometimes the wind speed does pick up, and with that there is a chance of dispersion of pollutants. However, as a whole, the wind speed still remains in the calm category, because of which even today, the 13th straight day where the average AQI in the national capital is still in the very poor category. Now, ahead also for the days coming ahead, the early warning system also predicts that at least till Wednesday, similar conditions will persist, because again, the weather conditions are not conducive for the dispersion of pollutants. In fact, currently we are reporting from Akshardham, and on your screens you'll be able to see the layer of haze that has descended all over around the temple. And even if our camera person will pan towards the left, you will be able to see how dense the pollutants are this morning as well. Combined with the mix, remember, winters still coming up, we're still experiencing maximum and minimum temperatures 2 degrees above normal, which means that the onset of winters, the chill that one would expect November to have throughout the day, is still absent. And the prediction is also that as and when the temperatures will drop, that is when we are going to experience an even more compact and denser combination of pollutants in the air. However, what also needs to be noted is that while the numbers are not peaking the way they have in the past few years, on an average, the level of the particulate matter 2.5, which are very fine particles, can be directly inhaled and also can get mixed with your bloodstream. The average concentration of this pollutant remains constant and relatively higher than the last few years. So that again is a concern, and as you were rightly pointing out, health issues also of people not with predisposed respiratory illnesses are also showing up. Doctors are talking about something known as a smoker's cough, which a smoking person develops after, say, 20 years of consistent smoking. That is now showing up in people who haven't had any exposure to tobacco smoking prior to this, and that medical experts feel is because of the long exposure to a toxic air that we are being subjected to in the national capital. So definitely these are the concerns. On the ground, we saw how the Central's pollution control body, CAQM, had again pulled up state governments as well as the MCD for not revising the parking tickets in order to curb the use of private transport over public transport. And we also saw how there are still a lot of backlogs, that the pollution complaint related backlogs that need to be settled by these state governments. For the last 2 days, we haven't received information on stubble burning, but as of Saturday, the contribution of stubble burning in the national capital to the particulate matter was still around 21%, followed by transport at 11%. But for last 2 days, again, we do not have the data. So to get an actual picture,
Right,
these
Kritika.
numbers
Although
are
you
still
are
missing.
getting us
So we'll
those
still be
important
keeping,
points as far as what is behind that particular situation. But like you said, for the moment, no let up. One can only hope that with all those contributing factors, of course, there could be a better situation in the coming days. But for the moment, thank you very much for getting us the latest, and request you to continue to stay safe as far as these given conditions are concerned.